I'm going to be taking you through an APPI Pilates Matwork class. We're going to be aiming this at about an intermediate level, but you'll see there's a few options that you can work through as we're going. You don't need any equipment at all except yourself and a mat. So come and stand on up, feet hip-width distance apart. If you're not sure how big that is, it's about the size of a fist or a little bit bigger. So just pop that between your big toes and you should feel that's pretty good to go. We're going to start with some breathing and centering. So from here, take your hands to the sides of your rib cage. Maybe if you're wearing a bra, about the size or the height of your bra strap. Push your shoulders down and feel those elbows broaden out to the side. From here, you can close your eyes. Connecting into the breath, I want you to try to breathe into the area where your hands are. As you inhale, feel that area moving outwards, so your ribs push your hands out. Hold that breath for a moment. And on your breath out, you can feel those ribs pull back together, the hands press the ribs back in. Long inhale through the nose. And exhale out pursed lips. Imagine you're breathing out of a straw. A few more breaths like this. Keep that breath long and expansive, breathing through the sides of the ribs. And when you breathe out, have a sense that your core is engaging. We'll lift the navel upwards and inwards as you breathe out through the lips. Take a couple of more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Waist drawing in. One more breath here. And you can release your hands. Open your eyes. Have that sense that that navel is still engaged, just this drawing in of your pants. From there, take your arms up to the sky, and I want you to stretch one shoulder up to the sky here. So one elbow comes down, one hand up, and then swap to the other side. And whilst you're doing this, I want you to feel that it's the sides of your rib cage that are moving up to the sky. Lovely warm up for the thoracic spine and through the side waist. Go for a few more here of these upper body reaches. You have 3, 2, 1, and you can release. Bring your hands to your hips. Keep that strong parallel position and lift your heels off the ground, coming to a calf rise. Lower your heels back down soft and give me a few more of those. Whilst we're here, I want you to focus again onto this belly area. We know in our Pilates class that core is our center, and I want you to start to focus on that now. How that's going to help you is with your balance. So I want you to check that you're leaning slightly forwards here, and this feeling that you're trying to bring the top of your shirt just down a little bit closer to the top of your pants. The weight staying forwards will help us with the balance and help keep that core switched on. Whilst you're doing these rises, I want you to imagine 2 things. Imagine that you've got a string on the crown of your head pulling it upwards, and imagine you've also got a balloon between your ankles that you can squeeze in. We've got about 10 more seconds here with these calf rises, and we get to hold it up for a little balance after that. In 5, 4, 3, 2, hold this one up nice and high and test your balance with your arms out wide to the side. Move your arms down and up. A few here, focusing on the shoulders, and if you take a few wobbles and falls, don't worry at all. You are totally welcome to come back into it when you feel ready. We've got 10 more seconds through this balance. Can you grow even taller? And we will hold those arms out in 5, 4, 3, 2, hold those arms wide, lower one heel down, and we go walking. Lift up and lower, and a few more of those. Now, if you're feeling super coordinated, give me tiny little circles with those arms. It kind of feels like patting your head and rubbing your belly, but you can give it a go for a little bit of fun. We know in our warm-up, we're not just warming up our body, we are still warming up that mind. So let's go for a few more here and see if you can go a little faster with those legs. Up and over, up and over. 10 more seconds here. We can shake it out after. Core staying switched on. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Quick roll of those shoulders and step out into your side plie. We also know this as a sumo squat. Nice big wide legs. Toes turned about 45 degrees to the side of the room. Open those arms out wide again from here and you can lower into your squat. Upright body. Keep the shoulders back. Keep the chest broad. As you stand up, you can release those arms, little cross over your chest. We go again. Squat and stand and squat and stand. Keep this going here, and I want you to feel that your knees are pushing out wider than your middle toes as you take your squat. If you need a little bit of help to get those knees wider, you're welcome to lean forwards a little bit here. That will help generally with the line of those knees. We want to avoid the knees pushing over those toes like that. Keep finding the range that works for you. Another 10 seconds with these. Keep that breath light as we warm up. 5 seconds until we hold. We're coming into our side plie with a stretch. In 3, 2, 1. Hold it down. Now take your right hand, reach it over your head. Try to straighten your right leg. Big stretch through your side. Circle your right arm down and open yourself magically back into your squat. Come again, left side now, left leg straight, left arm long, big reach, drop the arm down, circle your body a little bit if you can, stack back up to center. Again, stretch, drop the arm and return. Stretch, drop the arm and return. 4 to go here. 3, 2, last one. Come to your squat, hold, and pulses. Baby little pulses. We know in Pilates we love a good pulse. Let's feel that slow, deep burn already here. So no bounces. Take it a little bit slower with me. Push those knees a little bit wider and get that bum a little bit lower. Give me 8, 7. Keep those arms strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand yourself up all the way and you can do your little Pilates dance to the back of your mat. Coming back into that parallel position with your feet, remembering about the size of a fist between your big toes. Arms down by your side, stand up nice and tall, and we'll come into a roll down. Drop your nose towards the floor just in front of your feet. Round the shoulders, keep the navel drawing in as you see how low your head can come before your body has to move. Then you can keep rolling down by bending the knees and drop yourself over those legs. So the knees can be as bent as you like, head quite heavy and floppy. Same with those arms. Hanging out there for a moment, bend the knees a little bit deeper and you can start to roll on up. Push your hips forwards. Heavy shoulders, heavy head, roll up through your spine and return nice and tall. Again, nose to the floor, drop the shoulders. When you can't round anymore, bend the knees and take your hanging stretch. Then roll yourself back up. And you have one more challenge there. Let's roll down. I guess it's not too much of a challenge. One more little stretch. Stay there. And then you can walk out into your challenge, which is going to be a 4-point kneeling position. Before we get into our challenge, we will take a few cat-cows here. So in this 4-point kneel position, hands just a little bit in front of your shoulders, knees just a little bit underneath those hips, and you can take an extension of your spine by sinking your belly, rolling your shoulders back, pulling your chest to the sky, and then round the other way, sucking the navel upwards, looking to your knees. Again, sink the hips, roll the shoulders back, and come back into your nice rounded position. You have one more of those in each direction. And then find your neutral spine. So this is basically like a flat back position here. And what we want to feel that we've got is the natural, just very small curvatures of the spine. Push into your hands, draw the shoulders away from the ears and see how tall you can get. Then observe the lower back. Feel that you've got a small dip in your lower back and your navel is still drawing upwards. This feeling like you've got a quite tight belt on. From there, tuck your toes. Maintain your posture and lift your knees just off the floor. This is your leg pull-in prone prep, level 1. It's a lengthy name, but it's definitely one of my favorite moves. It's worth the long name. And we're simply holding. Is your neck still long? Are your shoulders still drawn away from the ears? And could you balance a drop of champagne in your lower back? Lower your knees back to the floor gently, and we've got 2 more of those. Push into the hands, lift the knees just off the floor and hold. Do we still have that small drop of champagne on the lower back? And what we should feel is that the whole body is getting progressively warmer, especially through the shoulders and the core, which we're working. Lower your knees back down, and as promised, 1 more round there. Lift the knees up again and hold. Keep breathing gently. And check those knees haven't lifted too high, nice and low. We've got another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees down and take a child's pose. So simple but effective warm up there. We're moving out of our warm up and we get to come into a few harder moves now. We will do 1 more move on the hands. So give those wrists a little roll and we'll come back into kind of that 4-point kneel position. I say kind of because it's going to be a little bit different. From here, in this 4-point kneeling position, we want to keep your bottom kind of back above the knees there. Strong neutral spine, that flat back, and take a really big step forwards with those hands. Check that you haven't started to sink down. So your hands are in front of you, but your bottom is still back above the knees, your chest is lifted, shoulders back, and you still got that tiny, tiny little dip in that neutral spine, lower back. Tuck your toes, lift your knees off the floor in this position, hold quite low. Now straighten your legs and dive forwards. Feel your shoulders come to pretty much above the hands. Squeeze your bottom tight and draw the navel a little higher away from the floor. We're going to do that move a little bit faster, just the rocking backwards and forwards. Bend your knees, stick your bottom out, get quite low to the floor, but don't touch the knees. And then squeeze and lengthen forwards. Give me a few more there. Inhale back and exhale forwards. Keep going here. This is your leg pull-in prone prep, level 2. So we can feel it's a little bit more challenging and a little bit more dynamic than your level 1. Moving into that intermediate level class. You've got 15 seconds to go here. Not only are we working the shoulders and the core, but we're getting those legs involved as well in this warm-up. 10 more seconds. Keep breathing. And we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Give me 1 more and hold your plank position. Straight arms, straight legs. Holding here for 10 seconds. Squeeze your bottom really strong and just grow as tall as you can. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Child's pose, round 2. Bum down, head down, arms straight. Take 1 more deep breath there. Feel that heat, maybe through the thighs, through the front of the legs. And now we get to focus a little bit more into the backs of the legs. So now we're going to lie down on our back. Come onto your back and we're finding a position called Pilates Rest. When you get down there, we want our feet, again, about hip-width distance apart, not too wide. With your feet, they're about a little step forwards in front of the knees, and you should feel that your knees are pointing straight up to the sky above you. Take your arms down by your side, roll your shoulders back to the floor behind you, pushing the shoulders back, and feel the ribs really heavy to the ground as well. Feet firm into the ground, we find a tail tuck. Squish the lower back down to the floor. Feel your bottom squeeze, your tail, the last bone of your spine, starting to lift off the floor. Now keep that tail lifting the highest part. So your tail lifts up and the rest of the body follows into your first shoulder bridge here. Stay where you are, shoulders back and chest heavy. So I challenge you to lower your ribs down a little bit more than you think and squeeze your bum a little bit tighter. Then just simply roll down your spine from there. We get to go for a few more here. Tuck the tail, lift from that tip of the tail, and bottom is tight. When you get up, hold for 2 seconds before lowering back down slowly. You can go at your own timing now. Keep that moving, but finding that articulation through the spine. So can you imagine that your back is a string of pearls and you're trying to place one pearl down or one part of that necklace down at a time? We don't want to miss a single part of lifting or lowering that spine. Here, you've got a few more to go, so just keep moving. If you feel the backs of those legs cramping a little too much, you can step your feet closer to your shoulders to make this a little more supportive for the hamstrings, the backs of those legs, backs of the knees. If you want to make it a little harder for the backs of the knees there, you're welcome to take that extra step forwards. You can manipulate this move by where your feet are. In 10 seconds, we'll hold that bridge up. 5, 4, 3, 2, hold your bridge there. Moving into your shoulder bridge, level 3. Can you straighten one of your legs out in front of you so your thighs are level? Lower that foot straight back down and then lift the other foot straight back out in front of you. Keep going here. One foot comes down, one foot lifts up. We're here for 15 more seconds, alternating slowly, carefully, and calmly, even though it's quite strong. And you want to still maintain that tail tuck. So it's fine if you lower your hips a little bit and find more scooping through that belly and that bottom. You have 5 more counts. 4, 3, 2, last one, and you can lower all the way back down there. We have one more level to make this a nice intermediate level of clams. Shoulder bridges. From here, can you lift back up into your bridge for one more challenge on each leg? Hold your bridge. Take your right leg straight up to the ceiling, pointed toes. Wave this leg down, back to where it was, and flex your foot. Point your toes, wave it up. Flex your foot, wave the leg down. Point the toes, lift it up. Again, wave and lift. 2 more waves, down and up. Last one here, and up. Lower your foot and roll down that spine for a quick break. One more part here. Remember, height is not everything. Roll up, maintaining the heavy chest and that tucked tail. Wave and lift your left leg straight up to the ceiling, pointed toes. Wave your leg halfway down in front of you, flexed foot. Point your toes, lift it up. Wave it down, flex, and point to lift. Flex to lower, point to lift. 2 more of those, like you're painting the ceiling and the wall in front of you. Last one here. Lower the foot and roll on down. Well done. We get to come into some abdominal work lying down on the ground. So we just want to return to what we know as our neutral spine. Here on the ground, you want to feel your tailbone pushing forwards into the ground in front of you, just to secure that bottom half of the body. Then roll those shoulders backwards and downwards away from the tail. These 2 points moving away from each other. Once you've got those 2 points moving away, push your ribs and your belly down to the ground. That is our core working. Here, just check your feet aren't too close to your bottom. They're in a comfortable Pilates rest position. And then you can find your hands to hold your head, interlaced fingers. Inhale to prepare and exhale, abdominal prep. Lift your chest off the ground, keeping your tail on the ground. Lower your head back down, breathe in. Breathe out to lift, compressing the ribs, lifting up through the chest. Inhale to lower. Exhale through the lips to lift. Keep moving slowly, as if you're moving through honey. And whilst you're moving, I want you to check that your chin never changes shape between, well, the chin and the chest should have the same space between it the whole time. When you lift up, have a sense that your head can be quite heavy in your hands. It's coming along for the ride, but it's not leading the way. You've got 15 more seconds to go with these slow movements. No jerks when we're moving through honey. At the same time, we can still remember the navel, the waistband of your pants drawing down and in. In 5 seconds, we'll hold our abdominal prep. 3, 2, hold that lifted position. Lift one leg to tabletop, pointed toes. Point the other foot to the floor. At the same time, swap that position and swap again. Keep going here, and we want to feel that there's no wobbles through that navel. So are you rocking forwards or backwards? Secure it. Are you rocking side to side? Secure that. And if you want to advance, get your feet a little bit further forwards. You've got 10 more seconds. 9. This is your scissors level 4 with an added abdominal curl. You've got 5 counts. 4, 3, 2, work those abs. Last one, and release. That was scissors level 4, but now we get to go into scissors level 5. So can you take one leg, actually both legs to tabletop, reach both hands to the sides of your knees, and lift your chest up into that ab curl again. Straighten one leg up to the sky, straighten the other leg out in front of you. How high can you hold onto that leg that's in the air? Press the navel down, shoulders away from ears, really still through the upper half of your body. Can you swap your legs and catch? And swap and catch. And continue here, about 25 more seconds with your scissors level 5. Really fun one, because not only are you working your abs, but you're getting a little bit of a stretch through the backs of the legs. And the challenge is, again, no wobbles, no jerks. So push that navel down and feel how still your head and shoulders and your belly can stay through these scissor kicks. 10 more seconds, breathe. With me, we've got it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take those knees for a little window wiper side to side. I'm all for counteracting different body parts. We've just worked our abs, so now we're going to find ourselves lying onto them. Come lie down onto your belly, and we'll find a little stretch for that belly with a swan dive. Elbows bent on the floor beside your mat. Lower your head down towards the ground, and you can let your shoulders slump. From here, just feel your bottom squeeze and that tail draw away from your head slightly. Roll your shoulders back and push into your elbows. Lift your chest forwards. Shoulders pressing down, chest reaching forwards. Hold for a moment, getting this lovely extension through your upper back. And you might feel a subtle stretching through that tummy that we just worked. Lower your body back down. Take 2 more swan dives there. Shoulders roll back, chest lift up. Push those shoulders down, pull the chest forwards, and roll yourself back down. Take 1 more there. Shoulders back, chest lift, and lower the body. Stay lying down and take your arms behind you. You can have your head resting quite close to the floor, and your shoulders can slump right down towards the ground again, like we just practiced. Now we've got even more importance on that tail tuck. So imagine you're a sad puppy. Squeeze your bottom here and tuck your tail between your legs. Draw the navel, the lower part of the belly, away from the ground. And again, the shoulders are still relaxed. Roll your shoulders back now and feel your hands turn inwards towards the body, so your thumbs are touching the ground. Keep that proud chest, low face, and lift your hands off the ground, keeping those shoulders back. Lower the hands down and then relax the shoulders. We go again with this breaststroke, level 1, prep. Roll the shoulders back, lift the hands up, lower the hands down, relax the shoulders. Keep this going, and we want to just start to feel that we've got some activity happening through the back of the shoulders, working onto kind of the spinal muscles to hold us here, and the backs of the arms will also work. It's all about maintaining posture, and this exercise will be really good for strengthening your posture. One more here, and we get to add on a little bit more lifting of the spine with the next move. So can you roll your shoulders back again and hold? Now, as you lift your hands off the ground, keep that tail tucked, lift your chest forwards. Hands pull back, chest lifts forwards. Then lower the hands back down, and you can relax the chest and shoulders back down. This is your breaststroke prep level 2. Roll the shoulders back, lift the hands, lift the chest. Oh, such good work for the upper back. Lower the hands down and relax the shoulders and the chest. Let's go for 5 more. Shoulders roll, hands and chest lift. Lower back down and relax. There's 4 more here. Can you feel that your neck is staying in alignment with the rest of the body? So your chin slightly tucked in. 3 more here, and that tail is even more important. Can you pull it away from your head? Tuck it down to the ground. It's not about height of your body here. It's about bending through the upper spine rather than getting really high and just bending through that lower spine. We're up to our last one. The next time you lift up, you get to hold it up. So roll the shoulders back, lift the hands, lift the chest and hold. Imagine you're holding a box between your hands and just squeeze in on that box. Squeeze and squeeze. So pulsing those arms in here. Last hands to squeeze that bottom and tuck that tail and feel the length through the head, through the chest, pulling forwards. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You've earned another child's pose. Bottom to the heels, stretch those arms out in front of you. And you've got 1 big long breath there. Our last strong challenge, coming onto your hands, coming onto your feet, and you get to find a full plank position now. We prepared for this earlier. We did our leg pull in prone prep level 1 and 2, and now we're finding our leg pull in prone, the full version, sometimes called leg pull front. Hopefully you're holding that plank with me already. If you feel like the plank is enough for you, you're welcome to stay still. Just show me that you're squeezing your bottom. If that's too strong, lower your knees back down to the ground and you can hold a half plank position. And if you want to find that leg pull in prone, can you point one of your feet and lift it just off the floor? Lower it back down, point the other foot and lift it just off the floor. We have 20 seconds here with whatever option you've chosen. I want you to make sure your bottom stays tight and the belly stays drawing in. You could imagine there's a little spike underneath you that if we sink that belly down anymore, we might get cut. We don't want to get stabbed in the belly. You've got 10 more seconds here. And my seconds are sometimes slow seconds, so stay with me. Last strong effort for your class. You have 6, 5, 4, not too high with those legs, go for length. Final 3, 2, 1, and release. Rather than a child's pose, coming into a crouch position, hands onto the ground and just rocking back to sink those heels nice and low towards the ground. You can slump your head and shoulders. Then press your heels down and hang over your legs as we did at the start of class, bent knees as much as you need. And then keep the knees bent, bend them more as you roll on up slowly. Head heavy, your nose will be the last thing to come back up. When you do get on up, roll those shoulders back and stand as tall as you can. You can choose to stay there or return yourself back into the center of your mat for one last little cool down exercise. Coming into your upper body rolls. Can you roll your right shoulder backwards and then drop your body over to the right side, Bending your knees, feeling that side stretch we had earlier. Then fold your body over, return it back through the center. Stay heavy and roll up through the middle. All the way back up, nice and tall, left shoulder, roll it back. And you get to bend to the left, bend the knees. Drop your right shoulder forwards, hang your body forwards here with bent knees, and then roll your spine back up. Again, right shoulder roll, bend the knees, bend the body. Hang forwards like a rag doll, rolling up, growing taller. One more here, left, roll and fall to the left, drop and fall to the middle, and roll yourself back up to stand. From there, hands back to the sides of the ribs as we found at the start of class. Feel the chest shift forwards, the shoulders press down, the elbows nice and broad. We've got that string pulling the crown of the head upwards, and you can close your eyes for 3 final breaths in our standing posture. Inhale and feel the ribs move out to the side. Hold. Exhale, return the ribs back in. Inhale to move the ribs out. Exhale, release. One more breath. Keep your eyes closed. Relax the arms down by your side. Take a moment to observe your posture, observe the feeling in your body, comparing it to the start of class 30 minutes ago. Hopefully the feeling is positive, and I hope you can take this feeling with you into the rest of your day, standing tall and walking proud. You can open your eyes, and thank you. That is your little 30-minute intermediate Matwork Pilates taster class. I hope you enjoyed it.